G'day everyone, Gerber here with another Torchlight Infinite Sandlord season video. This is day 2 of my free-to-play account. A lot of my gear is absolutely atrocious and not good in any way, shape or form. So what I've done, I've just updated my loot filter to show item level 83 stuff. Bard one doesn't really do much for me, but I do have a pair of gloves here somewhere. Where did it go? All magic grips. I'm tempted to actually change the filter to show... I don't really care about the affixes on them, actually, because the chances are I'm going to re-roll them anyway, and the only thing that really matters is, in fact, the type and the energy that can get on there. So I don't really care about what's on them, as long as they are that, and let's say a minimum of 55 energy. So that's probably a better filter to get some bases going. I was about to start crafting, but as I said, I don't think anything with a low energy is probably worth the effort, as the crafting mats are extremely cheap and the energy cores are, like, they're pretty cheap, but they're not as cheap as precious embers, which are practically free. So a stack of precious embers is 8 flame elementium, and a stack of flame sand is 1 flame elementium. So getting all T2 stuff is practically free. That is not the right tab for recycling. Just quickly check these to make sure nothing's good. I doubt that's any good. Surely not. Why is Ruby crying? That's pretty lucky. Just got 2 scepters drop. They both got 57 energy, which is fantastic. So now I can upgrade these. Is that high enough? It is. So T2, which is great. I didn't buy any of the these ones, so I'll probably have to buy some of those before I start that. So back to embers. Matchless are a bit more expensive. 0.0041. 0.041. Go through and see if I can snag 1,000 or so. Oh, 30 FE. I don't think I have 30. Nope, I've got 6. That's not going to be enough to buy any. Alright, maybe I'll just have to forego the advanced suffixes and just go with these. So I have easily enough materials, so I can just go, I want T2 of that, I want T2 of this, and probably max energy shield. Oh, that's kind of laggy because I'm on the wrong server. Then you just go through all 3 affixes and craft those on. And as it goes through, it just removes the other ones from the list. So that's the 3 that we want, and that is the 3 that we will get. God, this is so much slower on America. It's at least 2 or 3 times slower. So that is the prefixes done. Now on the suffixes, we would go for reaping duration. I guess I'll try for it. Didn't get it. So we'll just go with base affixes of affliction effect, erosion damage, and I guess affliction effect per second. And that'll be the 3 tier 2s for the weapon. I'll do the same on the other weapon, and we should see a bit of an increase in our damage. Maybe. Not having the advances might suck, but this is very slow on America. This one seems to be taking forever, so I'll get a drink while it's going. And of course, as soon as I stood up, it completed. How rude. So that's pretty high, that's reasonable, that's reasonable, that's decent. So that's pretty well rolled as well. I don't have to re-roll it. We'll just do the other one. Again, we'll just be going with damage over time, reap, and max energy shield. That was pretty quick. That was quick. And that was quick. Let's set this one going, and then I'll get a drink. Now, I wouldn't normally do that with the crafting, as you want to block the other affixes, but, you know, I just couldn't be bothered. And it is insanely cheap right now to do it this way. Because if it can't roll these ones, then it has a chance to roll a blemish instead, but, I mean, that never, ever happens anymore. So I don't know why that's even in there. I don't think I've seen blemish appear in the last season or so. So that's reasonable, that's reasonable, that's reasonable, that's reasonable, and that's pretty okay as well. If you want to re-roll the crafts, that's how you do it. It's very cheap. We could go with wanting over 50% affliction effect. That's mid, that's high, and that's low, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. So that's saying it's worse than my second one, because my second one has intelligence on it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be better anyway. So we'll just do that. And this way I can't go back to using the other one anyway. So 2 weapons are both T2 now and high energy. I could go through and remove that from the drop filter. So then I can keep gearing up on the other stuff. So just go in here, make sure you do edit, go into the types that you're editing, and just remove weapons. And just like that, we're good to go for tier 2 stuff. And yeah, so we'll keep going through 7-0. This is pretty disgustingly easy. So I will probably attempt Traveler when it's available. And we are getting a lot of profit, well, air quotes, a lot of profit, because of the Eterna stuff. Just picked up this helmet. I'm like, oh, I had 4 Matchless Embers. I'm like, I'll just try and get T2 int on it to see, you know, if I can. And I one-tapped it, so that's pretty cool. So now I can just put on the other stuff that I want. Probably go with tank over just 50% damage. Oh, shit. Stop. That was almost bad. So it's pretty bad to leave a tier 5 on there, but it's reaping duration, so I think I'd rather that over a little bit of tank. And I don't have any more thingos, so that's a nice little upgrade as well. Still have to pick up some gloves. Haven't picked up any gloves yet, which is a shame. Kids are shouting, but I think they're getting along, so I'm not going to go interrupt them. But yeah, coming along quite nicely. I'll probably attempt Traveler. Do I have enough keys? I do. That's got 3 to go. Let's just try Traveler now, and hopefully this isn't horrendous. I probably should use some of this energy.
I witnessed your death in the previous cycle of reincarnation.
220 unused energy. Well fought battle, I guess. I don't know. You use Friend of the Magi. have got 2 of them, so... Now I need to use restraint. Restraint, where are you? It's gonna allow me, no. Can't use both Friend of the Magi. Yeah, nice. Oh! Oh wow, I don't do nearly as much damage to him as I would have liked. I thought I was doing more. Is this going to be a long fight? Well, I should win this fight. Let's let some of this damage go away. Now, while I know that this is... I have much more power than the time should allow. But for 10 hours of played, or 9 hours probably, with the AFK, I don't even know if this is worth using. I just thought skill area sounded cool. 9 hours, that would probably get you top 10 at the start of the season. 9 o'clock at night, yeah. I'd say that would be top 10 for the event. So this is very quick, I think. So I've unlocked all that stuff. See what the Forbidden Power, doubt that's worth anything. Yeah, 10 FE. What is it? It's erosion damage. Oh, it's one of my abilities that I'm using. Okay. But none of that is relevant. So I highly doubt that is worth anywhere near that price, but I'm pretty greedy, so I'll try for that, whatever. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, who cares? Oh, look how slow that is to claim. So Traveller is down, which is good. I'm collecting all this stuff still. It's a fresh account, so I get all this stuff again. And I can't wait to get my freebie Pack Spirit. That should help out. But yeah, back to farming, and I'll see you in a bit. Just realised my drop filter thing was 455 energy, which means that no belt or ring was ever going to show. So I'll just remove that. I'll deal with the low energy on a pair of gloves. So I can get the other pieces. Alrighty, I just spent a tiny bit of FE on some more flame sand. It feels so weird buying flame sand because I'd destroy like 10,000 an hour on the other server. So I bought some matchless embers and some flame sand for some more damage. Now we're doing 350 million deeps, or 400 or so, around about that. The things that I upgraded, I put intelligence anywhere that I could, and then elsewhere I got all of the affliction, intelligence on that again. And on the weapons I ensured that I put reaping duration and intelligence instead of energy shield. So a fair bit extra damage, a fair bit less tank. However, that is mostly fine at this stage. 7-1 is pretty simple. I'm surprised that this was only requiring 4, but oh well, whatever. I'll take the boost. See how long this takes. Fortunately, it went up immediately. Last time I did this, he came down and then went straight back up. It was pretty rude. No, it's not this time. So that was pretty smooth. But yeah, progressing quite nicely Do I have enough for one of these? Ah, it's 1280. I don't. Need more Jagged Primos, then I'll do a 10 pull for that. Alright, seems like my damage is a little low for 7-2. Probably because of my build is just kind of whatever I had in the campaign. Yes, Leo.
Can you quickly search
Just think about what you want you to say so you're not saying every 3.5 seconds. So instead of slowly grinding through 7-2, I'm just going to drop it back to 7-1.
what's this one?
That one is light.
Wait. It doesn't have a circle. That
Well,
has
you've
a-
coloured it in.
no,
It's a
that's-
star. It's just a star and another star, which is what this is. It's a big star and a smaller star in the middle. It's light.
Okay.
Or it's ice. It's colouring in Pokemon. Nice of the portal to just spew legendaries at me. I don't think any of them are worth anything right now, but would have been cool at the start of the season. This makes me want to get Ducks. Drop filter. Duck. Does it only show the ones in your region? Don the crowns. Min-max. Do I want to use min-maxes? Ugh. Sounds a bit gross. Whatever. Guess I'll use it. I don't know how this is going to go
I saw your edge in your
with
enemy's
free to play, but I'm sure it's got everything hidden.
A powerful opponent. Shame that they're a little dumb.
Guess it shows enough. Yeah, actually, it shows flame sand. Guess I'll have to see what it looks like when some FE drops at some point in the next millennium.
A powerful opponent.
Now that I got 4, I can just switch to 7-2, claim my star point, and then go back to 7-1. If I can kill it. Hopefully I can. Damage is starting to lack a bit.
Your weak footsteps are almost inaudible amid the thunder.
L-I-G-H-T.
You shall be imprisoned beneath the thunder.
Damage doesn't seem to be an issue. At least for these fights. If I got decent slates, I actually filled out the rest of my slates and stuff, it'll be pretty easy again, I think.
First fall.
The good thing about using someone else's filter is if you are used to seeing something a certain way, you can just chuck it over the top because it reads from the bottom up. I do like my Flame Elementium to really stand out. I don't know what his Sacred and Truth fossils look like. That's not important. Where are they? Turner. Where is Eterna stuff? I don't know. And just like that, I can have my Eterna and, or at least the good ones, the Eternals and the Flame Elementium showing as something special.
Standing right here is the wisest one in the
Since I'm in T7 hell, I need something to brighten up my day, you know? It's pretty strange that I've completed every other zone and I only had one Steel Forge beacon. But every other zone's completed and I have multiple of everything else.
Was not the plan. You destroy. I'm going to give
Not used to this boss showing me mechanics. Bit weird.
a powerful opponent.
Mumoto doesn't get shown mechanics. No, I've run out of familial Eterna compasses. I've got to buy more. Lucky they've paid themselves off. 2.8, let's just undercut to 2.7. Oops, don't do that. All the profit in the world on those. Eterna. Oh, they're up to 0.3 each. Can I break the bank? 28 for 99. That'll make me about 1,000 FE. And I like it. Alrighty, now that I have completed T7 altogether, that being 7.1 and 7.2, I might do a... Still can't get all of these. That's a shame. I might just do an hour test, see how much FE I can make from that. I was going to take the points out of here, but that was an extra 4. Oh, I guess it was only 40 FE for an entire thing, but this benefits from Eterna as well, so I think I'll keep that in there. I can't get rid of this because I am MC Yuga, and I don't have movement speed on my slates and candles and stuff. So I'll do an hour test. Let's see how much FE I can make in an hour, which will be interesting considering the Q&A where people are saying, oh, I've got all these good pets and I'll make 500 FE in 8 hours. So I'm pretty sure I'll make at least a couple of hundred FE. It's pretty much impossible not to make a couple hundred FE, considering I will be getting these, which are going for about 10 each. So if I can get some of these, I should just run them, because the Echo of the Gods, an Echo of the Gods is 40. I'll do one more. Nah, do I? I don't know if I should bother. I'll do one more. I don't think I do enough damage to make this worthwhile. Let's see if he dies any faster than it did last time. I can't remember what my upgrades are since then. This is insanely slow. But now that I've started it, I have to finish it. Well, it's not that slow, but it's not boss killing speed. This is if I was completely broke and I really need an Echo of the Gods. I'll do this. Yeah. So it's 40 FE to enter. So I definitely sell them. I only sell for 37 each. So T8 beacons are 0.2 each. T7 beacons are 0.5 each. What the? So that is... so it takes 8 of these. So 8 times 0.04 is 0.32. So it's cheaper to buy the Netherrealm Resonance and just do that. But even still, 0.32 for a map when T8s are cheaper than that is quite strange. Kind of makes me want to put some points into beacon, but I don't have any to spare, so I can't. If I did, it was probably be down here to this, and that would probably allow me to sustain, to be honest. Which would be 8 points. %5 chance at 40. I might try and see if I can sustain. If I can't, I might move those from there into the other one. But I'll be doing 7-1 so I can blitz it, and I'll just be doing Confession Chapel, I think. Which is just this. I won't be juicing, and I'll just be running this one compass, because that's all the points that I have, basically. I probably wouldn't mind putting... I wonder if... it's probably worth putting in a... cube compass as well, just for the chance at the... cycles. Not really interested in the league mechanic too much. I'll do it on the way past, which will allow me to sustain a little bit. I'm actually tempted to do this on Demi-Man, get the XP and stuff too. I'll do these, see what happens. Alright, so it's 18 FE for 99 cube compasses. If I get a single desire core, then that's profit. So, why not, you know? I don't think it'll be an issue killing the stuff in 7-1. This is definitely not sustaining maps. However, it's probably... is it getting me much Netherrealm resonance either? Only 28. So it's only going to buy me 3 back. Decisions, decisions. In 7 maps I made, you know, a whole bunch from that. So, thought process is these aren't dropping that often. The beginnings are worth 10 each. So if this is a 2, 4, 6, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 27 chance, and then I can get the extra points off here. Just going to take the rest of my points, of course it is. That brings me up to a 47% chance of getting an extra. Every 8 maps gets me 10 FE, which basically sustains my maps. Well, if I can get 10 FE every 4 maps, then that does sustain. A little bit weird, but I need another... Do I have any more?
Even after 250 years, I still haven't met anyone.
So I need to steal 1 more point from somewhere, because that's 8%. So I guess this can just lose 1 node here. I'm almost very tempted to remove these and put them into cube for the judge. But I guess we'll see how we go. Ooh. 20% chance for pages to get turned into reverbs. That's a juicy, juicy one. I should do that. Alright, I'm going to run these because it's too good of a card to not. This card's actually been super underwhelming. Oh, hey there. That pays for 200 compasses. Pretty nice drop. For adding a 0.2 FE compass to a map. No points into it. Alrighty, this is the last map of my 20. No doubt I had some drop along the way as well. So I guess this is air quotes my test. Maps just to make sure it's still going to be decent profit. I will do an hour because there's no easy way for me to track how many maps I'm doing. Can't even do star shards because there's a pretty decent chance they get replicated, which they are doing quite often. So yeah, after this map I'll buy up some Netherrealm Resonance, I guess, and run a bunch of more maps because no doubt I'm making pretty decent profit right now. I guess I'll run the Plane Watchers so they get out of the way as well. It's a shame that I didn't realise that the cost of the maps was more expensive than the Netherrealm before I sold a stack of 999. Is there any apple juice in the fridge?
Yeah.
Then,
I'm so full.
okay, you can have one each. Sound good? Huh? So pretty much in those air quotes 20 maps, I had 35 Eternals drop, which I guess these ones haven't sold for 2.7, so I can just put them all together. Sell them all for 2.5. Should get us a tidy bit of profit. The tiers, these haven't sold because no one wants to buy 11. Oh. Take the whole stack, damn it. But yeah, I think we're making reasonable profit, to be honest. Should be able to gear up and get some nicer stuff soon. Wow. Those two. 19.3. I wonder how much they're actually ripping themselves off. Yeah, price of 20. It's going to be sold. I just want to see how many they nerfed themselves on. No idea. Can't find it. Is that one for 60? Huh. Are they actually selling for 60? $59, $58, $59. Wasn't the price check like $47? $49? So the 40s are all of the sold ones. So they are actually about 60 each. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, 60 each. Wow. Glad I checked that before I listened to the price check. Because these ones here are actually the cheapest. Crazy. Alrighty, I have a timer. Set that off to the side. And I have plenty of maps and stuff. Let's start this up and see how we go in time mark 7-1. 15 minutes in, I better check how many of the plane watches I have. 34, so about every 30 minutes I'm going to have to clear these out. Alrighty, this is the last map of the 1 hour test. I think it's been pretty decent for 7-1. Pretty garbage compared to like a Profound Farm, but you expect that. And yeah, so I don't expect to be making 1,000 FE from this hour, but I have done a fair few of the plane watches, so I think the income from the beginning of the end, or whatever it is, the beginnings, should cover the cost of running the maps. So, anywho, that actually brings us up to exactly 1 hour and a few seconds. So we'll finish that off, do a tally, and see how much you can make on a free-to-play character in 7.1. at a whopping 9 flame elementium drop. It's about 600 less than I'm used to, but yeah. So I guess this just proves it. So the cost of the lava seed beacons are about 0.46 each. Ended up with negative 52 for the thing. I ended up doing 61 maps, and that is with 13 plane watchers. So I guess about 45 seconds per map. And after 114 FE after tax from the beginnings, we're already up 60 flame elementium. Alrighty, so all up, not really tracking too much because it is just 7-1 with a single league mechanic on there really, other than the Desire Core records that can drop. So I used 12 FE worth of compass, cube compasses, and I got 1 Desire Core, so that's just a profit of 39 flame elementium, which is quite nice for adding that 1 compass. It also adds boss monsters and stuff, so very good profit there. The familial compass, 18 FE, and it got me 193 FE of the tourniquets. So a total profit from that hour in a 7-1 boss rush on a day 2 free-to-play player is 355 flame elementium. I did 61 maps, so that gives you FE profit per map of 6 FE, which is really quite decent. A lot of that was the Eternal tourniquets, which are phenomenal right now. So pretty happy that I can make such good profit this early into the character. My pack spirits, just to show what I've got. These are the only 3 drop spirits that I have, which is compass quantity. I didn't get any. This one's flame fuel, so Chonky's pretty good, and this one is a nightmare pet. So I don't have drop pets. I barely have damage pets. I don't even know if that pet's really that good for this. But anyway, that's pretty much what I've got for my day 2 update. I'm slowly upgrading the Oasis as well. Just as I get gold, I chuck it in. So I made 20,000 gold in that hour as well, which isn't too bad. And I'm just leveling up the cities, getting so much loot. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, so really flooding the economy with these. Unlocked jungle. I haven't unlocked Utopia yet, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, maybe I should see if I can upgrade the core. I can't. I need Sand Island level 4, and I need to do the daily boss, which I haven't even attempted yet. Maybe I'll do that before I finish off this. So this will be level 4 after this one. There you go, that's level 4. Now I just need to do the daily boss, and I can upgrade my core. As long as I can get 600. I don't even know if I can get to 600. So I guess we'll see. It's pretty interesting that my main's like level 98, and this character's almost 96, or 95 and a half. So I need to get 600. I might get. Decent tank for that stuff. 400, where's the timer? 2 minutes to get another 110. Should get there, surely. Yeah, I think I'll get there. Unless I die to stupidity, which is a definite probability. Frost spirit attacking is kind of annoying. Oh, there we go, got it. Nice. Guess I'll see how much rewards we can get from this. I don't know if I'll get to the tax vouchers or not. Not that I don't think I've paid tax yet, so they're not that useful right now. But seconds to go. Twilight investment test run. Seconds. Should end it on 6666. Oh, let's look at it. Yeah, stop damage. Done. End challenge. Hell yeah. So stupid. Bit of stuff. What's the top dudes getting? 36, 31. Jesus. Oh, that's this guy. 36, 31 though. That is huge. Space Rift is also huge. 18,000. That's pretty funny. Reap cooldown, recovery speed. Pretty nice. Maybe I should go for that instead of max channel stacks. Space-time expansion. Anyway, I'm gonna look at spending this currency and improving my character, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Cheers.